Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to SONA 2025 from the Grand Parade in Cape Town. And it's the pre-SONA interviews where we interview politician stakeholders and find out a bit more about their involvement and their thoughts about SONA 2025. With me now from the ANC, Imraan Subrathie. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah and thank you so much.
Always a pleasure seeing you. Festivities underway, minutes away from President delivering his 2025 SONA speech. Obviously, lots of topics on everybody's lips at the moment. Let's start with the GNU. It's been 7 months that we had a coalition government. It's the first time that the president will be speaking on behalf of other parties as well. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are the president has managed the GNU exceptionally well. We went through some very awkward times during the GNU. We remember there was a huge pushback from Bila bill, etc. There has been some rumblings regarding the expropriation bill. The president has managed it very well. The GNU is intact. The GNU allows all parties to have an expression in how we run the government. And I think nobody wants to give that up to go and sit in the opposition benches. And that's where I say that as a country, even in the GNU, we are united in a common purpose. We all want one thing, and that is what is best for our country. So the GNU is not going to break. The GNU is there to stay because it's the collective spirit of our people that we want to make this country great again.
Donald Trump has come out and made quite a few statements with regards to how we, distribute land in South Africa. The president has responded. Do you think his response was adequate?
Listen, Donald Trump, unfortunately, has been misinformed. And the president has opened the door to a conversation of proffering clarity. It's not what Donald Trump is saying, so he hasn't cast it in stone. He said there will be more clarity. But clearly, if he acts upon that and he withdraws that funding, unfortunately, the poorest of the poor in South Africa will suffer because the majority portion of that funding goes towards HIV management. So unfortunately, the poorest of the poor will suffer on account of that. We hope it doesn't happen. We certainly hope it doesn't happen because it's not in the interest of our country. But it's also a clarion call to all those who went and lobbied Donald Trump and misinformed him and blew matters out of proportion, because now what's going to happen, it's not only going to affect the poor, also those who are doing lots of business with America will also be compromised. So unfortunately, the entire country will be affected.
You wear our Palestinian colors very proudly. For as long as I've known you, and you've been a strong advocate for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. Donald Trump has also made statements there with regards to the Gaza Strip.
Yeah, well, Donald has said many things. He said, I heard this morning, he said he's going to obliterate Iran as well if anyone close to a leader is killed. He's made some sensational statements. I mean, he's mentioned he wants to resettle the Palestinians. I mean, how dare you take a people out of their land of birth and decide what's good for them when the entire world is saying, no, you can't do that. So for us as South Africans, and I represent the African National Congress, and I say that with great amount of pride and joy because it is my party that in the 6th administration went to ICJ. And for us, that case has to continue. So we had, before we closed Parliament last year, we had a special appropriations bill in which we set aside funding to take the case forward. So inshallah, we're going to go to ICJ. We're going to see the case through, and we're going to find Israel and the Zionists guilty of genocide. That's our work and our contribution to the cause of Palestine.
Imraan, all the very best for this evening. We will broadcast the president's speech a bit later, and Jazakallah for taking the time to chat to us.
Jazakallah, thank you. Always a pleasure engaging with you guys.
There we go, brother Imraan Subrathie giving us his thoughts with regards to the president's speech right here at SONA on the Grand Parade. For Hilaal TV, I'm Luqman Shadrack.